Pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot. Dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA takes. Yeah, let's get it going.
We're live, baby. We're live. It's a live edition of the MMA Takes Pod. Trend Daddy's already here. Time for UFC Nashville. Let's get it, dudes. What's up, chat? What's up, Trend Daddy? I love you, bub. I got the one and only Mitch Zuck here. Mitch Zucker, ZuckUFC on Twitter's, X, whatever you want to call it. I have not beaten this young man. We've been head-to-head 3 times. Big Joe was with us one time. He took us down. The other time, we tied. I keep records, but I can't get this guy. This kid's sharp, you know. I'm the big gun. He's the young gun. But I'm coming for it here. I feel very confident. We were off last week. No UFC. We were blank. I know people were like, "Oh, there was still some really good fighting." Yeah, I get it, but there was no UFC. There was no, it's like saying, "Oh, the NFL's blank." Oh, there's Canadian football. Yeah, cool, but I want to watch the NFL. The UFC's back. Nashville, mixed card, right? I think there's some lines. I think some lines are overblown. I think some dogs could cash. I got Zuck with me, who is sharp as they come. And before I kick it to Zuck, this episode, in the future episodes, are going to be brought to you by 3punchcombo.com. Let me run this little banner on the bottom here. Go to 3punchcombo.com right now to get a premium membership free for a year. Use code OG free year. A lot of people hit me up and go, "Yo, I already paid already. I didn't even know there was a code." Use the code, boys. Get a year for free. The reason it's going to cost money is because that money is going to fighters. We're already getting a lot. Alan Joban's in there. Ever heard of him? Laura Sanko's in there. Kenny Florian is the fighter liaison. He's getting other fighters involved. Matt Frivola's involved. He hasn't posted yet, but he's involved. And I have a list of other fighters that I know that are they're not finalized. No names coming out of my mouth. But eventually, it's going to be popping. And the fighters are going to create dedicated fan base. We're going to have a lot of things in store. So go to 3punchcombo.com right now. Right fucking now. Type in, sign in your email. Whatever your email is. Big balls with 2 Z's at gmail.com. Wait for the link. Click it. OG free for a year. Get a free year membership. Start posting in the best MMA community in the world. Made by, and made for real ones, real MMA fans. That's what we need in this world. No fucking ads everywhere. No corporate idiots. We got the real ones, right? And it's popping. It's been going to be 2 weeks that it's been live for this Saturday, and it is a lot of fun. Zuck is a part of it. I'm a part of it. I post every single day, and I give exclusive. There's an exclusive parlay I give. More things are going to come from me, but an exclusive parlay, and I'm going to give away something tonight during the show. With one lucky winner. But yeah, so 3PC, 3punchcombo.com. Go sign up. It's a fucking banger. Sorry, Zuck, that was a long intro, babe. What you got, man? What's up, Arizona kid?
Good.
What's up,
man?
We
got big news. Everything's good on my side. AZ's been heating up. I think we had 118 yesterday. Woo! It was 102 when I got in my car today at 7:35, which has been fun. But man, 2 weekends ago had a great card. I know it wasn't on we didn't have a show, but yeah, man, we've been heating up. Missed you last time, but still beat you on the graphic.
That's right.
I was thinking at the Olympics, I was just watching my phone, racking it up. Excited that we're back and we're not in the Apex. We're back in the in-person card. Let's keep it rolling in 2025 with in-person fight nights. It just brings a different kind of energy. Excited to be on the show. Excited for 3Punch Combo. Been posting on there a few times a week, trying to a little bit. But yeah, excited to do some. Is it elder abuse if I beat you 3 times in a row?
Whoa! Hey! Shots fired! Shots fired! Sorry. I was just gonna give Nick Cordes says mixed martial arts, Mitch. But you know what? I'm taking that off, Love Nick. It. Come on, Nick. Local MMA. That's a real one right there. That's a G. What's up, babe? Yeah, it is elder abuse. I'm gonna be 39. You're gonna turn 25 in August. I'm gonna be 39. 25, right? 25.
25.
So 14 years older than you, plus a couple days. But it's good. It's good. We're gonna get something here. I got some plays here. By the way, I'm gonna give all. There was some guy who wasn't gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna comment on the YouTubes. Right? It was me and Kenny talking about 3PC. some guy goes, oh, you're putting all your picks behind a paywall. No, man. All my picks aren't going to be behind a paywall. Slime Ball's still there. Green Hammer's still there. All my locks are here. Every single pick's going to be here. The only thing behind a paywall, and it's not even a paywall, because if you use code OG free year, you get it for a free dingus, is the 3PC 3 parlay. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we did a 3. I'm going to mix it up. We did a 3-legger. Didn't do so well. This time, I'm going to do a same game parlay, 3-leg, same game parlay. And I'm fucking confident about it, baby. It's pumping through my goddamn veins. I'm confident about it. So go to 3punchcombo.com. I'll probably post that on Friday night or Saturday. Go to the MMA Take. There's 2 different forums. There's a general MMA discussion. Fantastic. And then there's the MMA Takes podcast companion, which is where I'll be posting that. And I live post throughout the fights as well. I did that 2 weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to do that again. And let's get to the fucking picks here. We got Zuck. We got everything. Fatima Kline. I believe this is Aaron Blanchfield's lady. Either they're best friends, really close friends, or they love each other. I don't know. But she's minus 1,200 versus Melissa Martinez, who's plus 750. Typically, when you get a large MMA fight or a large line in the women's division like this, I always just immediately go dog. I'm like, what's the harm? Fatima's put some work outside the UFC. I know she since she's been in the UFC, she's technically a newcomer, and Trin's getting us at. She's at 1350 currently. But Melissa Martinez is not good. She's just not good. Trin gave out a great bet in the MMA Takes companion on 3 Punch Combo. He almost won my giveaway, but this guy's won so many giveaways, I couldn't pick him. But he gave out a great bet. It was Fatima. It was under her by submission, I believe. I like that. I'm going to ride with Trin. I don't have a strong lean on this fight. You got to cut that number somehow. 1350 is gross, especially women's MMA. You kick off the night. You want to kick off the night with a dog, but Melissa Martinez just ain't your dog. I think Fatima Kline, training with Aaron Blanchfield, those studs in New Jersey. Her record outside the UFC been fantastic. Very skilled fighter. The line's absurd. She's a very skilled fighter. Give me Fatima. And Mitch, you going dog hunting right off the bat, bud? You going this big bone here? You jumping on this big bone?
I don't know if I'm jumping on the bone, but you're going to be saying that this is a large line for a few fights in a row, I think, today. Yeah. Starting off on this one, Martinez, she really gets on her bike during her fights. She's always moving around the cage, tries to pull people into her overhand. When you're looking at Kline, you're looking at an overall good MMA game. She's only has 1 submission in her career, but I think that she is live there. Like Trindaddy, like you're saying, I think the only way to pull this line down is to take an under 2.5 rounds. Either way, if you want to root for someone on this first fight, personally I'm up placing on my own coin on there. I think Fatima Kline will get it done. I think that submission's possible. It's whether she is going to be able to catch up to Martinez and pin her against the fence. I think she can get some good trips or something like that up against the fence. But I think Fatima Kline, if you're going to bet on it, I would take the under 2.5.
Under 2.5, I just had it. What was I? Remember, Brian. Under 2.5 is minus 135. Or excuse me, under 2.5 is plus 105. Good plus money. And Kline by submissions plus 275. I figured that'd be a little bit juicier. I can see her taking her now, maybe taking her neck, or just pounding her out. We'll see how it goes. But Fatima Kline by finish, which you're not going to get plus 275. You're not going to get as juicy of a number, but maybe you'll get something there. I like the finish, so you got to cut that number somehow. 1350 is steep, boys. All right, next up, another big line. Mike Davis minus 1,000. I know this is Kline, but I got these lines yesterday versus Mitch Ramirez plus 650. Not going to lie to you, I took a look at Mitch Ramirez in this fight because Mike Davis, to me, guys get skills to pay the bills, right? His fight with Sadiq Yusuf in the Contender Series was unbelievable. He goes with years prior to that with very little training. He goes and makes like Tiger Muay Thai's like top team and like doesn't stay with them. Like the guy's got real skills, good wrestling, good toughness, phenomenal boxing, but he doesn't want to be a fighter. He doesn't want to be there. You got to question a guy who doesn't want to be there. He wants to be a streamer, wants to be a gamer. He says all the time, I do this for money. I don't even really want to do this, but I'm good at it, so I do it. I don't like that, really. I want a guy that wants to fight. Or he got that line wrong. Imagine Mitch Martinez, 1,100 right there. He got those lines switched, so Trindaddy there.
Sexy name.
Yeah, but listen, I'm going to go Mike Davis. I hate it. Mike Davis by KO, probably going to happen. Mitch Ramirez, again, kind of a scrapper. He's tough in there. But, you know, I just don't believe in him enough to beat Mike Davis. I think Mike Davis can take this anywhere, even if his mind is streaming the next fucking Call of Duty game instead of the fight, whatever. We'll see. But yeah, let me get Mike Davis by KO. And I don't love it though, because, you know, I wish I could root for the guy because he's good looking, he's exciting, right? But it's like, come on, be a fighter a little bit, right? Zuck, what you got, bub?
Mike Davis, these Abu Dhabi fights start in Arizona time around like 6 a.m. Yeah. Mike Davis ruined my last Saturday. He fought at 8:30 in the morning. I loaded up on this guy. My buddy Kyle Anderson came over, sat next to me. I go, load up on Mike Davis.
Shout out Kyle Anderson.
Shout out Kyle Anderson.
Shout out Kyle Anderson.
He put a big unit on him, got absolutely torched, ruined my day. Pulling guard a minute and a half against Faraz, almost had that calf slicer, I think, in the second round. It was kind of close, but Ziam's just so long and flexible that he got out of it. 2 years of a layoff after looking like a world beater, almost like looking good. Like everybody was hyped on Mike Davis. They were like, hey, Mike Davis is coming back, Abu Dhabi. He's going to have a dominant performance against this guy that had been on a little bit of a run. Absolutely not. Like I said, ruined my morning. Mitch Ramirez, although sexy first name, athletic first name, great tall first name.
Yeah, great
not
first name.
The guy I'm looking for to get. Not the kind of guy I want to get on my card today. Getting dropped by leg kicks. Overextends himself on big shots that I can definitely see Mike Davis taking advantage of. I do think that at plus 330, the way that Mike Davis was looking for submissions, I think he was probably taking some time off working on that ground game on his grappling. I think he might be looking for a sub here at plus 330. I believe it's sitting around. I also like the KO if you want to be safe and do a little early prelim parlay. I think you could take them inside the distance around minus 150. I think that's a great bet if you want to put it in a parlay if you're looking deeper into the card. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I think Mitch Ramirez is going to fade after about 2.5 minutes into that second round. But Mike Davis is the pick here, no matter which way you want to go with it. That line, I just don't like. If he had beat Faraz, what is that line sitting at if he's fighting Mitch Ramirez? Is it sitting at minus 2,000? Like it's that performance where he has a minute of top control, and we're flipping that. I don't know. Mike Davis is the call. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, Mike Davis by submission plus 240. Double if you want to double it. Dip submission to KO is minus 200, so it drops down significantly.
Oh, it dropped. I think I have it in a parlay at minus 150.
But it's fucking better than 1,100. So I think Mike Davis gets him out of there. Mitch Ramirez 0-2 in the UFC. Both by finish. Mike Davis is a finisher when he gets in there. I mean, listen, the guy doesn't get paid by the minute. He don't even want to be in the cage. He don't want to be there, right? So he wants to get in and get out. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mike Davis will play for both of us. No big surprise. I mean, I don't see anybody taking a shot on Ramirez or any of the people I see on Twitter really kind of flirting with that big dog. Because whenever you get a big dog number like that, they find ways, and sometimes they can convince me, or sometimes they go, that makes really good sense. Just Mr. Ramirez, I just don't know if he has it. All right, next up, Kennedy and Nzechukwu, minus 205 versus Valter Walker, plus 170. Valter Walker, this guy coming up, back-to-back heel hook wins. Kennedy coming up for 205, now a heavyweight, looked pretty good as heavyweight debut. Valter Walker, Johnny Walker's brother or half-brother, I believe they share the same dad, different mom. They don't look anything alike. But Valter Walker has one way to win, and that is to take you down, or maybe not even take you down, is to submit you. He's got a really dangerous heel hook, obviously, 2 in a row, and a lot of people don't know how to defend that. Kennedy is with Saif Saud over there in Texas. Saif's going to get this guy ready, without a doubt, right? Kennedy, really good, long, straight punches. Want to see more of him at heavyweight. I think he is a natural heavyweight. I don't really love him as a 205, but that's a big cut for him. I see a lot of people flirting with Valter Walker here. We got a heavyweight fight. We got 3 on the card. Yeah, 3 heavyweight fights on the card is pretty rough. But we got 3 on the card. And Valter Walker, I think, is a live dog here at plus 170. By submission would be interesting. He gets 3 heel hooks in a row. By golly, this is guys must-see TV. I love a good leg lock because if you watch Jiu-Jitsu like I do, UFC, BJJ, all those guys go for legs. And that's going to be the new MMA. I know in MMA, your head's open, you get pounded. But if you have a guy who's so good, like Mikey Musumeci, who can grab your ankle and take your foot off if he wants, within a split second, he'll take a shot or two to the face, right? So leg locks are coming, and Walter Walker appears to be very good at it. He's also very strong as well. Walter Walker by submission. Let me chase that number right now while I'm here. Walter Walker by,
I think.
Walter Walker by submission plus 650. Am I gonna be the big? You know what? Fuck it. This is a competition. I had Kennedy written down here. You see what I'm doing here? This is a Sharpie. Scribble.
Yeah.
I'm going Walter Walker because I'm gonna play him by submission at plus 650, and I'm getting my dinner paid for the rest of the week, baby. Level.
Let me take my pen and definitely not change my pick because Kennedy Nzechukwu, if I'm not doing that one right, but I know he hasn't fought a real heavyweight yet. That's my biggest issue right now.
Yeah.
Is that Walter Walker's a big boy. He's a big boy, and he looks like he's even put on more muscle since he's first fight in the UFC. He looks like he's gotten a little bit bigger. I've Matty Betts. I know you're boys with Matty.
Yeah, I like Matty. Matty's a great guy.
Yeah. On the last Valter Walker fight, he had on ESPN bet you can take way of by submission.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I tailed him, took heel hook at it was plus 1,700 or something. I know his units are like 10K or something.
Yeah,
but
he's got big units.
I put my eagle 45 schmeckles on it, and definitely came out big. Volter's a scary guy. I think he's gonna be the first real test for Kennedy at heavyweight. I think that Chris Barnett, didn't he injure his knee coming into the cage, ankle? He tore his ACL.
He was jumping.
Yeah.
I think it was he heard something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then
he heard something.
Lukas Bresky. The other one is Lukas Bresky. The one thing I will say about Kennedy is you see videos that his coach or that Safe are posting in the gym of all these guys walking away from the padded area of the gym, and Kennedy just grinding, just on the mats, just practicing elbows, practicing his side control. I don't think that Walter Walker's dropping for a leg. I think Jamal my bad. Who's the last guy Valter
Junior
Walker
Tafa
rolled?
or is it Justin Tafa? He got one of the Tafas.
Before that one.
Before that one,
it was two in a row. It was two in a row.
2 in a row. Before that one, it was Junior Dontel Mays was the last one. Dontel was the last one.
So Dontel Mays and Junior Tafa, I don't think are practicing heel hook positions every day. Yeah. I think that Kennedy and Njokuani could posture up and just hammer fist him at any moment on the ground if he rolls for a heel hook. I think Walter Walker is going to try to go for a powerful double leg. If he doesn't get it the first few times, I think he's going to get pieced up throughout the entire fight. I think he could get knocked out. He leaves his chin up. He gets caught by shots. He gets caught every fight a little bit and then gets a big double leg, gets taken down, rolls for a leg. We've seen it work. I don't think it's working here. I think Kennedy, if he's that strong and can really fend off takedowns against his first real big heavyweight, I think that he gets it done. I think his second or third round KO, I don't think he gets it done on the cards the way that Valter gets hit, and the Walker chin is not the most legendary. So
yeah, and Valter, he's proven to have a little bit better of a chin than his brother, but his cardio is pretty dog shit. If you look at Walker outside the UFC, allegedly, I'm not gonna say allegedly, the guy looked like he might have been, on a couple thing or two. You know what I mean? Came to the UFC, looked a little bit deflated. Now he's figuring out the system. Don't really know. Not gonna put words in anybody's mouth. A thing or two here. Yeah, listen, the number just speaks to me. I can't, because I think everything you said about Kennedy's right. And my initial gut reaction was Kennedy. But when I saw Walter Walker by 650 by submission, I can't give out Kennedy and then give out a submission. That'd be a fraud. That's a fraud take. I won't do it. So I had to switch my pick to Walter Walker. It's heavyweight, man. Anything can fucking happen. I sound like Brendan Schaub there. It's heavyweight, man.
I love Schaub, but
Schaub does it with everything. You don't understand, man. You know what I mean? This is the NFL players, man. He says, man. Oh, B Schaub. Kennedy under. Matt Balsley says Kennedy under. And then we got Alvin Lagill. Let's go. Let's fucking go, BP and Zuck. Let's fucking go. All right, we got those two out of the way. Now let's go to probably the stinkiest fight of the night.
Bring her in here, stinking up the joint. Come on.
Yeah, this is stinking up the joint a little bit. Lauren Murphy hasn't had a good fight in a while. This is her last fight. She's retiring. Much respect to Lauren Murphy. I rewatch if you go to YouTube, okay, this is how sick I am, right? My whole life is consumed with MMA. If I'm not watching MMA, I'm watching like comedies, like I'm rewatching The Office. It's Always Sunny just came back on, so I watch that, but I'm obsessed with MMA. So I'm in bed at night when I'm laying down on my phone. YouTube generates videos that I might like. And they have like a compilation. Usually it's like 40 to an hour long of like entire seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, right? And they just kind of shorten it for you, not the whole thing. So I've rewatched every season of The Ultimate Fighter because I'm kind of
algorithms are the same, bro.
Yeah,
our algorithms are the same.
Because I'm kind of into this season of Ultimate Fighter. I think it's very good. But I got to the Gaethje one where Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez and Lauren Murphy came off crazy. Switched out of Team Alvarez. Didn't want to be with she's had some success in the UFC, even though she's looked 50 when she was 30. But this is her last fight. She's going to transition to grappling here. She's a big underdog at plus 455. And you got Eduarda Moura, who was minus 625. When Moura lost to Gomez, she landed 6 takedowns and no stand-up. I'm like, this girl needs a little bit of work. She needs to really round out her form. Needs to mix in striking as well. You can't just win from takedowns anymore. It was a close fight. She lost split decision, but, I think, damage counts. Then she goes to Veronica Hardy. Now, I don't think Veronica Hardy is the highest level, but she's pretty good. She got Dan Hardy in her corner. She's a good game plan. She knows how to defeat people. She knows how to win fight, and Moura looked good against her. That gives me confidence of picking Moura here. I see a lot of people picking Murphy. I got a guy tweet at me going, Murphy all day, dog money. Listen, it's 5-1. It's a gorgeous number. I'm not going to talk you out of it. Plus 455, that's sexy. That's a sexy number. But I just, I don't like when Lauren Murphy or any fighter, goes, this is my last one. I'm hanging him up, whatever. You're not all Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler goes out there, has a walk-off knockout, ends his career. We're not all Robbie Lawler. Typically, if you're 1 foot out, you're this age, and you haven't really looked good in a while, I don't see you looking good against a young up-and-comer like Moore, who's getting better every fight, who is a good on the ground. Lauren Murphy is tough. She's proven that against Jessica Andrade. She took some fucking bombs. Didn't quit. Thought she was going to quit. Did not. So I like this to go over. I don't think Lauren Murphy's going to get submitted in this one. I like it over. I like maybe a more to land over 2 takedowns as well. If you can get that in the same game parlay, maybe land over 25 strikes as well. But yeah, give me Moura. It's a huge number. Not back to back, but 2 giant female numbers already on this card, and I've taken both of them. Makes me kind of sick. Zuck, talk some sense into me, the people. Are you taking Lauren Murphy here? We going dog hunting, bub?
Absolutely not. If you lose decision to Jessica Andrade, I don't care how old you are. If you're going to decision with Jessica Andrade, you're not getting caught. You're not getting dropped on your head. If you're going to decision with Jessica, it's just not in the cards for you to do anything else. Past 41 years old, 2.5-year layoff, weird kind of flurries. Like I always use this example, but Robert Whittaker throws things with power when he does that flurry. When women do that flurry of the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2,
the Russian.
I hate that, dude. It's just like the number one. I'm like, no fear or no like confidence in planting their feet, getting some weight behind their punches, no confidence in their openings. Moira's big, dude. I can't believe she fought at 115. This girl is big, like not in a bad way. Like she's just a big lady. No, she ain't no big Norm, but she's a big lady.
Yeah, big Norm. Big Norm just signed a fight, man. Big Norm. And Big Norm got bigger.
Come in.
Big Norm got bigger. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying no.
Hey,
I know.
I like chicks. Okay.
I
used to do that to a guy.
Anyway, moving on.
Go ahead.
Moira has really good plotting forward pressure. I do think she's a little too confident sometimes. I think she sometimes sits back in her stance, kind of waiting to have a counter that she throws that big right straight, not a hook. She throws it straight, but it's just not there. She's not as accurate with it as she could be. I think that her biggest strength is that her strength. I think she needs to pull Lauren Murphy down to the ground and just kind of sit on her. I don't know if she's going to have the best success with Lauren Murphy on the feet just because Lauren Murphy just throws stuff for no reason, and Moira kind of backs up in her fights, has more of a plotting pressure forward, but also gives space when it's taken away from her. She's not going to sit there and just throw to keep her feet on the ground. She's going to definitely move back, and she's going to get dragged to the ground, Lauren Murphy is, and I think it's just going to be kind of a boring fight. Like you said, this fight stinks more than the first fight, and that fight's a bigger line. I think that this fight's going to stink, and I got Moura probably by decision. I think that you could actually like I already have a bet out there for that. I think she's going to win by decision pretty confidently. I got it at like minus 130, I think, but it should be
more by decision. Nice. Yeah. I don't see her finishing Murphy. I think Murphy's going to go out at least on a shield with her being the last one out. I just think going into a camp knowing it's her last one and she's the age she is and the skills that she has, it's not going to be the best version of herself. If Moura loses this fight, then she should get cut by the promotion. They won't, but they should get cut. Nick Corder says,
I will say that.
Go ahead, bud.
I will say 2.5 years layoff. Like when you look at that compared to like any other, like you can look at an older woman in the division and they will kind of keep up if they're active, you can be like, oh, that's a good dog. That could be a good place to place a bet. Sure. But I just in the women's division, when you're looking at the speed and kind of strength difference, I think it's a little too much. What did Nick say? Yeah,
Nick said, anyone see Rampage Jackson's figure out he took roids? I don't know what that referencing. But I'm excited to look at it. Lazy Bet says BK State of
you gotta see that.
State of the promotion pressure was wild. BKFC. There's a guy I follow who's like a very like he knows like about like every kind of financial. He's a huge MMA fan. He's like a big financial guy, right? Knows about stock holdings and all this shit, stuff that I don't know about. And he says BKFC is bleeding dry. So they got to pull something out, Aaron. I'll admit, I watch.
The boy Conor fucking McGregor.
They got Conor McGregor. I'll watch BKFC if it's like Mike Perry. I love Mike Plotton Perry. I'll watch Perry. I'll watch like the Mendez versus Alvarez's, but like these like cards they put on that I don't even know where to go to find the fights or whatever. I'm not really watching that stuff. Sorry. KZMMA says anyone picking Lauren Murphy thinks that Moura is fighting Lerone Murphy. Very true. Lerone Murphy would probably win that fight there. Big titties, Norm. You said it, Mr. C, the informal Spectre. She got them things now. Yoel Romero, Thiago Santos, Aspen Ladd, Derrick Brunson all signed to BKFC. $25 million year-long tourney in 2026. Fighters getting equity in the company. Wow. Okay, so Yoel Romero's 50, Thiago Santos 40, Aspen Ladd.
I don't even believe that in the first place. 25 million.
Man, that's I hope so. Listen, I know like that's what sucks is if they don't come through with the money because like I think fighters deserve the money.
GFL,
Obviously,
dude, the GFL, like what the
GFL? That was fake from the get go. You know what's funny about that? There's a well-known reporter that I'm not allowed to talking about too much. Well-known guy, kind of a bigger nose in the industry. He was all about the GFL. I think he might have. At one point, might have been investing in it. Don't really know, you know what I mean? Don't really know the exact details. And when they fucking put their fucking tail between their legs and said, "Nah, we ain't doing it," he was quiet as a goddamn church mouse and then became super judgmental when he was pushing the thing to begin with. And I mean, I think he probably got a couple checks cut from them. Those probably cash for him, but didn't cash for the fighters. Okay, fuck that guy. There's some GG sounding ish. What is that? What is something sounding wrong here? What is equity in a bleeding company? That is very true. Equity in bleeding company, GFL sounding. Yeah, okay, there you go. All about question speculations. Saudi investments be kicking in. Yeah, Saudi's got so much money they'll just fucking like burn it. Like I love the clip from 30 Rock where Jason Sudeikis was in it, and he's like, "Hey, with this new promotion, I can afford this apartment. It's in New York, right?" He's like, like working his ass off, and the Saudi guy opens the door and goes, "Yeah, I'll take this one too. My son can keep his motorcycles in here." They just got fucking money, bro. All right, let's move on. The fight that's giving me probably the hardest problems here: Jake Matthews plus 124 versus Chidi Njokuani. Chidi bang bang minus 148. So I like Chidi's move to 170, right? I like Chidi's move to 170. I think 185, he looked pretty good, but he's made 170 good except his last fight. Last fight, he missed bad. So this is a fight that I think you got to wait to see on the scales because pre-flop, pre-fight, I kind of like Chidi. Jake Matthews was supposed to be the next guy from Australia. So inconsistent, but then he goes out there against Andre Filo and looks unreal, knocks him out, does the Jordan shoulder shrug, and then loses a bad performance to Matt Sullinsberger, who I don't even know is in the UFC anymore. He's coming off 2 wins over Phil Rowe and Prado, which are decent wins. Phil Rowe looked good his last time out, but Phil Rowe, another inconsistent guy, and Francisco Prado, young guy, probably not ready for the UFC yet. Chidi's looked pretty good at 170. He's harder to take down, you think, because he's tall, lanky. He has good striking. Jake Matthews been put down before. His chin isn't world class. If he exchanges with Chidi, I think he's going to get caught. He's going to want to wrestle. What is wrestle? He's going to want to wrestle, and he's going to want to try to take a neck. But it's easier said than done. Chidi Bang Bang is a black belt. I don't know under who. You know what I mean? Dr. Seuss maybe, but he's a black belt. So maybe easier said than done. I see people liking Matthews because of the value. I get it. He's currently plus 130, so he's came up a little bit. More money coming on Chidi, which I find surprising. This is a wait to weigh in, but since we're playing a game here, I'm going to go Chidi. I'm going to go with my initial read here. I want to take the underdog of Matthews. If Chidi misses weight and looks horrible, you know, sometimes guys, when they miss weight, though, it's like a strategic thing. So they have more energy for the fights. You don't really know. But if he looks absolutely terrible, collapsing on the stage, and somehow they let him fight, you go Matthews here. Very tough fight for me to pick. Zuck, what do you got, babe?
I'm really happy that you said something about the weight there. Hang on. I had to pull myself together there. That made me, I had to go on mute. I've never had to go on mute for 3 shows. That was a mute moment.
Got him.
I'm really glad you said that because I think that it is going to come down to that. I think that if I cannot pronounce this guy's name. If
Njokuani. Njokuani, yeah. Anthony, his brother, was an early OG, UFC OG.
Yeah, I remember. If he can keep his weight down and he can make that weight at exactly what you were saying, I think that he's gonna have a great performance. The thing is that I don't think that's happening. I think he is going to be shredding down to that weight. I thought he was not a big, but a muscly 185er. I know he's cutting down.
He's tall and lean, yeah.
The only thing I'd like about this part is that the Phil Rowe fight with Jake Matthews. That's what the first round, Jake Matthews was kind of unsure. Obviously, Jake Matthews has had 17 fights in the UFC. Everyone always says Jake Matthews grew up in the UFC. That's what people always say. And it's true. And you don't know which version of Jake Matthews you're going to get. You're going to get really tight boxing. You're going to get okay takedown defense. We don't really like to see him on the ground. We never like to see him on the ground. That's not where Kennedy wants to be. He wants to be in the clinch. Kennedy's Muay Thai up against the fence, that close tie clinch up against the fence, the elbows, the knees that he had against Jared Gordon, deadly. Those will take someone out of you. And Jake Matthews is the kind of fighter that he needs confidence in that first round. He needs to have things land. He doesn't want to get pushed back the whole time because then he goes, oh no, what's happening? He's been in there so many times that he feels when those pressure moments come, he kind of fades. But today, tomorrow, and on Saturday, this kid's not going to fade. I love Jake Matthews here. I think that Phil Rowe fight, because he took the second and third round against Phil Rowe, and he hurt Phil Rowe, and I think in the ender stages of that second round, I think that's going to give him a little bit of confidence and know what Chidi wants to do. I think Chidi is slick. He's powerful, and he could get Jake Matthews out of there. I think just in that second and third round, if Chidi has that bad weight cut, has a tough weight cut, starts fading in that second round, really fades in the third. When was the last time we really saw him get pressured against this high of a level? I mean, Jared Gordon, Reyes McKees, and Zaleski, that's not the highest level of 170. 170 is one of the best divisions right now in the UFC. Are we going to see that level? Are we going to see Jake Matthews break through at what, 27? How old is he, 27?
That's a good question. I'd be shocked if he's 27. Born 1994.
He's 30.
He's going to be 31,
He's 30.
Yeah.
So that's for UFC 29 to 33, I think, is your best fight.
Yeah, he's in his prime. He's in his prime for sure.
Are we going to see Jake make that turn? Are we going to see him start pushing into that conversation of the Carlos Prates, Ian Gary kind of conversation at 170? Or are we going to see him fade off? This is one of my favorite fights in the card. I think it's one of the most competitive.
Okay.
I love this fight.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. This is a really tough fight for me to pick. This is one that was giving me problems. Bounce back and forth. I ended up with Chidi again. I'm not going to flip in our competition. That's not fair. We're not allowed to do that here. So I'm obviously going to stick with my Chidi pick. You can flip right now, but I can't text you inside and be like, you know what? I'm flipping all my picks. Can't really do that. We've had problems with that in the past. There was a guy who I did the show with many years ago who did that quite often. We had to put a stop to it. Fight Talk Only. What's up, baby? BP, my boy? What's up, kid? UFC has done a good they have done a couple good features on the Njokuani brothers and Chidi's voice though. Anik brings it up all the time. It is, I mean, I can't even do it. I mean, it is deep, man. It is timber. All right, so obviously my most important fight in the card next, because I have a personal relationship with this man right here. Chris Curtis, minus 325, making his debut in the UFC at 170 pounds versus Max Griffin, plus 260. I'm going to let you go first because I have a lot to say, and I'm trying to trim it down in my head because I have a lot to process. So I might go a little longer. So instead of not letting you speak for a while, I'm going to let you go first. Let me trim this in my head. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. I like that actually. I think that Chris Curtis has had 2 fights in a row that were seconds away from going different directions. I love Roman Kopylov. I saw his UFC debut live, first UFC event. Love Roman Kopylov. That first round was close. The second round, I gave it to Chris. The third, I had for Kopylov up until the whole fight. The whole third, I had for Kopylov. I think the Brendan Allen fight, he's fighting so well, man. His takedown defense is holding up. He's fighting good on his feet. He's got those big shoulders to hide behind. He hides behind his guard well. He throws punches at angles it's crisp boxing, but it's not always a crisp boxing angle, which I like. That Brendan Allen fight, the 5th round. Was it the quad, the hamstring?
Yeah, it was a lower leg injury. I never really got fully. Joe's here. What the fuck? Let's get a win, bro. We're coming for it, Joe.
Yeah, shut up.
I think it was his quad. He tore something. He did take that fight on short notice. But go ahead. Keep going.
But anyway, the end of that 5th round, different things happened. It could go to him. The way that fight was so close, but it could go to him. And then the Kopylov fight, if he had a few more seconds in that 5th or 3rd round, that fight did not have to be stopped. The first could have gone either way. Obviously, we know what the scorecards were now, but in my opinion, he's had a tough run, man. And he's just he has such good cardio. The cardio is always going to be there. The takedown defense is going to be there. The fucking crisp boxing on the inside, the double uppercuts to the body, up to the head, it's going to be there. I like him a lot this fight. Max Griffin, obviously coming off a loss to Michael Chiesa. That is I don't know. Michael Chiesa to me now is if you lose to Michael Chiesa and you're scared on the feet because you're so scared of the takedown and you're scared to get caught by Michael Chiesa, dude, and he's 41-ish. I like Chris here. I think that he's still been so good. I know he's cutting down to 170. You told me last week that he was sitting at 190, which I liked. Because
192 early last week. I saw a picture of him today. Yeah, I saw a picture of him today, and he looks. I mean, he's probably 179, maybe. He looks pretty leaned out right now.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. So if you hear that and you're a regular guy, you're gonna be 220 pounds in 2 weeks. What the hell are you talking about? But for a guy like Chris Curtis that has discipline and work ethic that he has, it's gonna be okay. I think that it's gonna be by decision. I don't think he's gonna take Max Griffin out of there. I think he's just gonna be a little bit more. I think Chris knows how to win rounds more than anything. And I think it's just going to be that kind of fight where he could catch Max big, but Max has a chin. We haven't seen him put out dead cold, and Max is going to be there to be hit, and he's not going to go for any takedowns. I don't think either way, and even if he does, Chris's defense is good enough. So, Chris, by decision, I like that bet a lot. Throw it over to you.
All right, so I got a lot of mixed feelings about this fight because I love Chris to death. Guys like my brother. I've literally seen this guy weigh 205 pounds, take a fight on a Tuesday, had to weigh in on Friday in some back alley ass Spartan, Kentucky, and I'm pulling sweatsuits off from the make 170. And he was eating mac and cheese the day before, weighing 205 pounds. He spent his entire career. I mean, he had a couple fights as a pro early on, which would you just take fights at 85. He had a heavyweight fight at one point. But most of his career is 170. I think 170 is his desired weight class. The reason he went to 85 is he fought on the Contender Series, knocked out Sean Lally with a hook kick. Didn't get signed because he was 34, and Dana's Dana signed the entire. That was the Greg Hardy card. Montel Jackson fought on that card. Everyone got signed by Chris. And I'm what the fuck? The guy had a fucking phenomenal knockout, right? So he goes, I'm not cutting weight anymore. You know, I'm not doing that shit anymore, right? Had to run the PFL. That was just okay. Again, cutting a lot of weight in a short period of time with the PFL schedule. Goes, I'm going to go to 85. 85, moves to Vegas, doesn't cut weight. That's how he gets in the UFC. Short notice, don't have to cut that weight. 170, he needs a couple weeks. He needs a 10-week training camp. 185, I'm your guy in 2 weeks' notice. That was one of the reasons. And Mick Maynard, who signs, I don't know if people know this, Sean Shelby books fights below 185. Mick Maynard books fights above 185. Mick loved him. Mick's like, we're bringing this guy in. He went 4 in a row in the UFC, won 4 in a row, blah, blah. The last two are the only ones that matter, right? The Brendan Allen fight was a phenomenal fight, main event. It's on my wall. I love that fight for him. It was very competitive. He outstruck Brendan Allen. He hurt Brendan Allen. It was a short notice fight, and he just kept getting taken down. And Chris is a guy that fights injured all the time. The guy tore his pec early on as a pro. It took 5 more fights before he got his torn pec fixed, right? The guy has blown his knee out and has took fights before. Like, the guy fights injured all the time. Probably came in with a pre-existing injury, lost in that 5th round. I have no problem with the judges. He outstruck Brendan, but I thought he lost. It was 2-2 going in the 5th. Thought he lost the 5th round. Then you get the Kopylov fight where I think he's a little slow getting off. Kopylov was much faster with the kicks and everything, and Chris seems to be kind of one-dimensional or whatever, a little bit slower at 85. And then I just don't think Chris, who what his main weapon is he's not a huge power guy. Yeah, he's got some knockouts. He got Buckley. He got Allen. He has power, but he's a combination guy. He wears you down. That 3rd round, that 4th round, that 5th round is always his best round. The 3rd round against Kopylov, he started to slow down a little bit. The kick landed, right? And he's never been knocked out besides Ray Cooper in his career. The kick landed. He went down because his legs weren't there. It was kind of a weird stoppage. Obviously defending the guy. A lot of people thought it was okay. Chris was obviously upset because he wants to be an Iron Man. He doesn't want to ever be finished, right? What fighter does? So he's obviously upset about that, but that was because his cardio was gone. He took some time off. He moved to Thailand. He got a full back tattoo. He's reimagining himself. He's re-emerging himself. He's trying to go, I got one last run. I'm 37. I'm going to go after it here. He's the lowest he's ever been in weight. He did his camp in Thailand, most of it, and then came and finished here in Vegas. And he's a smart enough guy. He's got over 50 fights. He's got Eric Nixick in his corner. They fucking know. The reason you lost your last 2 is because of cardio. The Brendan Allen's a 5-round fight you took on short notice. We can excuse that. There's no excuse to lose the Roman Kopylov because of cardio, right? So his cardio is going to be on point here. Max Griffin's never been knocked out in the UFC. He's been dropped many a times. The guy's a war horse. The guy likes to clinch with you. He likes to fuck you up. He's a big 170 as well, but he's also 39 years old. A lot of people talking about Chris's age being 37, dropping down to 170. Max Griffin's 39, right? And Max Griffin is all over the place in the UFC, and I just think Chris is really going to work the body. But this is what I'll say. This is my complete unbiased, because I love Chris. The line's really high. I did not expect Chris to be this high, coming off 2 losses. I think he matches up well with Max Griffin. I don't think Max Griffin is a world beater by any means, but Max Griffin is a tough guy to get out of there and a tough guy to look good against. I was there when he fought Neil Magny in Columbus, and I thought Max Griffin won. He ended up losing the decision. He has a lot of close decision losses, and if Chris isn't careful, this could be another judge's scorecard where they just feature the guy who maybe is moving forward. But what separates them is the last 3 fights Chris has fought, he's landed over 100 strikes. He's always volume. This is going to be the best in shape Chris we've seen in the UFC, so volume's going to be a must. Max Griffin has only thrown or landed over 100 strikes once in the UFC. That was against Thiago Alves, losing 15 years ago. So I think volume's going to be a big issue here. I don't think Max is going to be able to take Chris down. I'm not worried about that. And I think Chris needs to really kind of improve his footwork, not walk in such a straight line, be defensive minded, because Max does throw some hard straight punches. But if I'm being honest with you, the line scares me. The line's a little big. I'm obviously going Chris. There's no doubt about that. I'm going Chris. But plus 260 on Max Griffin to win a decision as well isn't the craziest thing in the world. So I love Chris. I'm going to go Chris. Let's see what the chat is saying. That was too long. Chiesa, not Chiesa. Don't disrespect my hometown Italian guy, Zuck. Mix, Marshall Mitch, Miles Smith. Is that your boy right there? Is that your guy?
Yeah,
Miles. Oh, what's up, Miles?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a cool name. Did you ask him about Lewis? Did you ask him about the Luis Hernandez situation, BP? I did. So I texted him after the video shows, and I'm like, Chris, why are you being mean to regional fighters? He said, LOL, that guy was an asshole entire weekend. I went in to say something to him, and Sean started throwing punches. So Chris went in hot, like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And Sean just starts throwing. Chris is blocking. Chris like tucked him, was like, okay. But apparently at the weigh-ins, Sean walking like a toddler. You took my toys, and just starts throwing. Chris said the weigh-ins the entire week he was disrespecting Miles Hunsinger, who he beat, the team, Chris and Sean. During the fight, he was saying stuff too. So Chris is like, he beat my boy, and I got to say something to him. I didn't think Sean was going to throw punches, so it was very funny. But I thought Chris maybe was going to get pulled from this fight after that. But I guess they looked at the tape and was like, well, he didn't really throw any punches. He was just mad at the guy. Sean threw punches, and what are you going to do? Sean Strickland's a fucking nut. Love Chris, support all my high boys, but that line feels wide. I can't lie, 100%. I can't lie either. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Chris should be a 3-1 favorite, coming off 2 losses, making his debut at 170. I do believe in my whole heart of hearts, his best weight class is 170. That's where I think he's gonna shine. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's definitely not the fastest guy at 185. He's not gonna be the fastest guy at 170. But what he has is really good timing and vision. His defense is really good, and I just think it's so much better at 170 because he has to do so much work to get 170. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's thick, though, right? A huge upper body, huge back, huge shoulders. He's thick, right? He's got some beefy legs as well. Giant fucking watermelon head. So he's got to work to get that weight up. That's why I always thought Conor was the best at 145 because the amount of work he had to do to get to 45, like you couldn't be in bad shape, right? And that's kind of how I feel with Chris, and that's something that I've wanted for a while. He actually pitched the UFC a while ago after the Hermanson fight, where he was just frustrated. You know, it was a bad performance. He, lost all 3 rounds. Hermanson just wasn't a great performance. He was just like, let me maybe go to 170 and kind of change things up. They're like, yeah, but 185 is so exciting. Then he got the Joaquin Buckley fight, and they're like, oh, well, he just knocked out Joaquin Buckley. He's a fucking stud. Local MMA says, got to support the homie Max Payne Army. Sorry, BP. Do not apologize. Support your guy, bub. Support your guy, Max Payne. Max seems like a good dude. I have nothing against Max. I think it's going to be an absolute war. I agree with Mitch. It's going to go to decision. I don't think anything's going to be a stoppage here. I'll be surprised. I think Chris can hurt him for sure. I think he can put him down, mix to the body, mix to the head. Max has been put down before. I mean, fucking Alex Morono dropped him like 3 times in their fight. So Chris could definitely get to him. I just don't know if I see him finishing him. So what's up?
Morono dropping you 3 times in a fight is nuts.
Dude, I loaded up on Max Griffin. I even made like a Instagram video. This is before I was on the Yannick and Florian. Made an Instagram video about how I'm going all in on Max Griffin, blah, blah, blah. And he commented like, yes, sir, let's get this money. I'm like, let's go, Max Griffin. And in the first round just gets dropped and Morono wins. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dover texting me before UFC Mexico. I'm going to Dover. And Dover is like, dude, I'm going to starch this kid. Yeah. Loaded up on Dover. Oh, my. Oh, my.
We fall for it. We fall for it. But if you want more of that, go to 3punchcombat.com.
Jamal Hill, too, besides the Roundtree fight, Jamal and I met at Contender Series, became boys. We're taking shots together. Like he lets me, how he gets a lot of hate, so he makes his comments restricted.
Oh yeah.
But he lets me comment. He follows me. He likes my shit sometimes. But I was I was down big on that Roundtree card, and I loaded up on Khalil.
Oh, I have the Texas. J Mock, big time. BP, long time listener, first time joining live. Much love from the fellow Ohio boy. Ohio, stand up, baby. Mitch Zuck, even though he's not an Ohio boy, you weren't born in Ohio, were you? But you're
Cleveland, baby.
You were born. You were born. Okay.
Born.
Because your dad's from Ohio, correct? Like your mom and dad are.
My whole family. Everything. That's right. Everybody.
Yeah, so I knew you had ties to Cleveland and everything. I didn't know.
Born in
Cali,
Ohio,
Arizona.
2006. So I left.
How old were you when you left Ohio?
6
or 5.
So
5 or 6, and then you went through.
I know I'm still a Browns fan in my life.
Yeah, baby. You were in NorCal, and now you're Arizona, right? What made you want to go to
come out to Cincy? I might have to come out to Cincinnati.
Have you ever been to Cincinnati?
Never been to Cincinnati.
Okay, my uncle lived. My uncle lived right outside of Cleveland, so I used to visit him every summer.
I have season tickets if we want. Oh, I'll talk to you about it later. My bad.
There you go. I've actually never been to a Browns game. I've been to a Steelers game. Never been to a Ravens game either. Just a Steelers game.
I've
never been to a Browns game. Yeah, right. Not too bad. 7-4. You know Trent's here. Trent's an Ohio guy. All right, so I was long-winded. Let's keep it short for the next one because I don't have too much to say about it. We got Junior Tafa minus 162 versus Tukos Tokos plus 136. I think Tukos Tokos is fucking trash. This guy is a fake record. He's beaten nobodies. Junior Tafa, yes, this guy has looked bad, but he's at 205 now. He looks to be in the best shape of his life. He is athletic. He is the better Tafa brother. I think he knocks out Tuco Tacos here within maybe the first 2 rounds. I'm not going to put a round on it. You'll get better money if you put a round on it. So if you got bigger balls than me, put a round on it. But the green hammer play, that big motherfucking wielding green hammer, is going to be Junior Tafa by KO minus 120. So we're not in the plus money, but minus 120 is flexible. You can maybe throw that in some parlays. You can mix it up. You can have a good time. Let's have a good time. But give me Junior Tafa. Who do you like in this fight, bub?
I'll go quick as well. I think Junior Tafa is in way better shape. I sent you and Joe a screenshot in our group chat the other day. Good. I think he's doing. He does look much better. I think that last fight, obviously I think it was a verbal tap, and then it was also a guy, one of Chris and Sean's guy. Weird. He was short. Sean Sirif or something like that. The funniest, I texted you and Joe, funniest second round of all time. One of my favorite fucking second rounds of all time. They're literally looking at each other, gasping. Junior Tafa, round 1, early round 2, it could be. As soon as you see it hit over 1 minute in the round 2, I swear, throw the house on Tukos by KO. If you can get it anywhere, if you can take Tukos in the second round, take him by KO or just take his money line if he's getting his ass beat, because I think even though Tafa's in great shape, I'm sure he's been on the treadmill, whatever, I think he's still, no matter what, if I see you fade that hard, then if it goes in the round 2, take 2 goes. But I think Tafa by round 1 or 2 KO is the more likely thing to happen.
I don't know what the Tafas have on the UFC because it's like every time they fight, they end up on the main card, whether it's Junior or Justin. They put him on the main card. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Junior looked bad. It was pathetic. You know, he won, but the way you gassed, no wonder he's like, all right. UFC's probably like, listen, bro, you're not that big of a heavyweight. You got to cut down. He looks to be in phenomenal shape. So a lot of Ohio in the house. J-Mock here, born and raised in Youngstown here. All right, Youngstown. I've been in Youngstown 2 times for fights. I've driven through multiple times. There are 2 local fights I've been to Youngstown for. My old gym teacher, who looked a lot like Jim Tressel of the Ohio State days. I mean, this guy, they could have been brothers. Yeah, he was from Youngstown, Ohio. He always talked it up. Lazy Bed, Youngstown Warren here. Love it, love it. A little late, but I made it. These dudes absolute beauties. Let's go. Is this your boy right here?
What up, B? Yeah, that's my
Pasky,
coworker.
what's up, bub? And then let's go BP Devin Martin. Let's go. All right, next up we got Vitor Petrino. This is the another heavyweight fight. Minus 750 versus Austen Lane, plus 525. I'm going to keep it short and sweet here. Petrino, guy might have a little bit of a chin problem, but he's not going to 205 anymore. He's going up to heavyweight. He's fighting an athletic dude in Austen Lane who is still trying to figure out what kind of fighter he wants to be. Does he want to be a point fighter? Does he want to be a grappler? Former NFL guy. He doesn't really know. I think he's still training to figure that out. I think Petrino hasn't beat everywhere because I think his grappling is going to be better. I think if he grapples with Petrino here, he's going to put down. I think his best bet is to just go guns a-blazing, but I think Austen Lane has a terrible chin. He's been knocked out several times, and he keeps his chin very high in the air for being a very big, tall guy. That's tall man syndrome. You keep your fucking chin up there, get cracked. And I think Petrino, even though I don't think he can take it, I think he can give it. So I like Petrino by knockout in this fight. And that's the play right there. What do you got, bub?
Yes, sir. I totally agree with you. I think Austen Lane, you can't point fight in the heavyweight division. I know that we haven't had a KO in the heavyweight division since like March. I think that might be Austen Lane. I think that might be Austen Lane I don't know how he got back I don't know how anyone let him back this year after getting flatlined like that. Petrino, I think, is going to look good at heavyweight. I think he's going to catch him with a left hook. I think that if Lane takes him down, I think his submissions are going to be there. But I think Petrino, first round, left hook KO, I think.
Nice. Now we're getting to the meat. Nate the Train, baby. Plus 220. Big underdog versus Morgan Charriere, minus 270. So I was at a very big crossroads on this one because I love Nate the Train, right? He's in Tennessee. You know, he's not from Nashville. You know, he's from Clarksville, Tennessee. What's up, baby? Nate the Train in the UFC. Like, I love this guy. I love this guy so much. He has tough first rounds. Like, if he gets out of the first round, typically he's pretty durable. That means he's always going to win, but he's pretty durable. He's got that dog in him. He's going to have that extra dog in him fighting in front of his hometown. Problem is, Morgan Charriere is such a clean striker. He's really good at everything. The only issue with Morgan is he kind of lets the fight come to him a little too much. He's not kind of super aggressive when I think he needs to be because his clutch striking is clean. His takedown defense has been pretty good. His cardio is not world class yet, but it's up there. He's got a wealth of experience outside the UFC. He's looked pretty good in the UFC, and he's got power. I think the play here, I'm giving Nate the train. I'm giving dog here. I'm going dog. I'm going Nate the train. They train the UFC, baby. Plus 220. I like the number, right? But I'm going to go and flip on you a little bit, right? Something I didn't want to do earlier, but this is what I'm going to do. Nate the train's the play. That's the play, right? Go in, take your phone, place the bet. Come fight night, though. You feel a little tingling. You feel a little balls. You see Nate the train walk out. You're like, oh, shit. I think if Morgan wins this fight, it's round 1 KO. So let me, while Mitch, you're breaking that down, let me track Morgan by round 1 KO while you break it down. But my pick's Nate the Train, bitch. Nate the Train.
This says, I can't read that, but it says Nate Landwehr, BP. I knew you were doing that the whole week. I've been watching you long enough. Sorry. It says,
of course I
Brian
was.
Petrie right next to me.
Nate the Train. All right,
I knew that's what you were doing.
Real quick, Morgan by knockout in round 1 is plus 450. That's juicy, boys, but I'm going Nate the Train, baby. All right, here you go. We've picked the same on every single one, dude. We gotta start mixing it up. You taking Nate the Train too?
I got. No. We haven't picked the same.
Yeah, what are we mixing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, everything. Oh no, we're separate on Chidi. It's the only one. It's the only one, dude. Quit.
I got.
What you're doing. Well, you're doing prevent
Jake.
defense. Yeah, right. That's the one. Chidi and Jake are the only ones. You're playing prevent defense right now. You see me going for these fucking cool little plays. Like, let's just play back, boys. Let's not let them score. Let's keep that undefeated record. I see what you're fucking doing, bro.
First, it's not my fault.
All
it's not my fault. You make the rules here, brother. I'm playing the rules.
You know what? I can't argue that, bro. I can't argue that, bro. Break down this fight for me.
Trust me, if I'm on a dog, I'm on a dog. Oh, yeah, my bad. Okay. Nate Landwehr, if you ever get put in a crucifix 5 or more fights into your UFC career and it's by a guy that's not known for grappling, you're out of here. You're done. I last time I put the load up on Morgan Charriere. I told everybody in the MMA takes community, I said, Morgan Charriere, that is the lock in the UK against Nathaniel Wood. I got smoked. Instantly, I knew it was a bad choice as soon as that fight started. But the thing is that Nate Landwehr is not going to go first. Does not have that technicality, and he's going to sit there and get hit. And when he gets hit, it doesn't look good. And I don't think he has the grappling. I don't think he has the cardio. I don't think he even has the pressure to keep up with the strikes of Charriere. I think no matter what he wins, it could be round 1. It could be round 2. It could be round 3. It could be by decision. I think you can put Charriere in any type of parlay. If I get this wrong twice, then I'm going to go full Brian battle mode and fucking call the Frenchman whatever the hell I want to. But let's go. Charriere here. Nate Landwehr, hometown hero. Definitely not going to win. I knew that you were going to go there.
Nice.
Said it.
Listen, so us Americans in this woke, sensitive world, there's not many things we can make fun of, right? I mean, you could if you're like a comedian. You're like, I can make fun of whatever. I'm a comedian, right? But even without being a comedian, you can make fun of French people. I mean, you can make fun of them. It's fine. It's fine to make fun of a goddamn French. My grandfather, the rest of soul, one of my heroes, my hero, very successful in life. When he retired, him and my grandma traveled everywhere. They went to like every country. They've been to every state. They did everything, right? And I'd always ask him because I haven't been anywhere. I've never left the country. And I'm just, what happened, blah, blah, blah. You know, he loved Italy. He loved the Netherlands was so beautiful. And they loved Germany, right? But he goes, man, I tell you, those French can't do it. Like grandma loves Paris. It's romantic. Can't do it in the French. Can't do it. My grandfather wasn't a grumpy old man. He was pretty tolerant to a lot of people, except those damn French. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We got to back up real quick. Fight Talk only. Fuck it. Washington, D.C. Nova in the house. What's up, kid? Washington, D.C. Matt Balsley said before Lane got knocked out by Pinto, he threw some weirdest body punches I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't understand why really tall guys that have length really commit low to body punches. It's kind of weird because unless your defense is elite, and you're like this elite boxer, why are you dropping so low to connect to a jab or hook to the body, right? In MMA, throw a fucking front kick, throw a teep, throw something if you want to touch the body. Why are you dropping so far down to get to the body? I've actually seen that we were doing sparring rounds years and years and years ago. There's a guy who was really tall and lanky who came in. I never saw him again after this session. Came in, I'm a black belt, I'm this, blah, blah, blah. Wore jeans, was wearing jeans. There's a lot of guys that came in that trained in jeans, by the way. But we're doing like sparring rounds or whatever, and I'm on the apron. There's this young guy. His name is Cody. Cody was in there, and this dude just kept dropping down trying to land this, and he was not good. The guy in the jeans, and Cody's reading it, and the boxing coach is like left hook, and the dude dropped down, left hook, just fucking slept him. Cody was wearing 16-ounce gloves. The dude was wearing headgear, and he was snoring. Like, that doesn't happen all that often. All right, next up, Calvin Kattar plus 105 versus Steve Mean Machine Garcia minus 125. I fucking hope Joe is still in the chat. He's probably out munching on some boxes. That guy loves pussy. He's a pussy hound. But I hope he's still in the chat because I follow this guy on Twitter. Everyone should follow I Am Saturday on Twitter. Great follow, great mind, funny dude, great dude. He's all over Steve Garcia. He's all over the Mean Machine, right? Calvin Kattar's from Boston, right? And Joe's from Massachusetts or Boston. He's betraying his brethren, right? Steve Garcia's looked really good lately. Big knockout power, but he's fought crumb bums, right? He's got some good wins. You can't take away the cost to win. You can't take away some of the wins. But he's also been finished a few times. Calvin Kattar is not young. He's 37 years old. He hasn't looked right since the knee injury. This is, I think, 4 losses in a row. He's going to be motivated to come out here. Calvin Kattar does have some good boxing, and even better yet, he has a really good chin. I don't see Steve Garcia knocking Calvin Kattar out. And I don't see Steve Garcia winning a decision here. I think Calvin Kattar is the play. I'm going Calvin Kattar. Sorry, Joe. You know what I mean? I love what Joe does because he does this, and this is what I love because it's gambling. People, we get fights wrong. We predict things. I can't predict the future, but I love this. I mean this wholeheartedly. When guys just throw their nuts there. He's been tweeting about Steve Garcia all week. He does this a lot, and he gets burned on it, but he does it every other card. And he's nuts out there like, this is who I'm on. Fuck you if you're not, right? I love the confidence. I love the moxie because, listen, we're predicting stuff. We're not going to get everything right. I think it's silly to make fun of somebody when they get something wrong. Or be serious about it. You can tease somebody if they get something wrong, but to be serious about it, like, get the fuck out of here, dork. But I'm on Calvin Kattar. Sorry, Joe. I'm on Calvin Kattar. Zuck, who do you got?
Joe. I'm with you, buddy. Don't worry. I'm with you. I've been seeing Joe get ripped apart on Twitter the last 6 weeks. He had 2 good weeks in a row. But man, I don't know who the hell's following that guy, but they go after him.
They get him, man.
I do agree with Joe this week. Steve Garcia is like 0-3 with decisions, or he's lost 3 decisions. I do think that this fight's a little different. I think that after that knee injury, Calvin, I love Calvin, and he's always been one of my favorite. That Shaden Burgos double uppercut, or I think that's the double uppercut. That thing, beauty, one of my favorite KOs ever. I just like uppercut KOs, but the Kyle Nelson fight, Kyle Nelson, Kyle Nelson had top control. He had his back. Steve Garcia stayed calm. Melky Costa fight, dropped the first round, came out in the second round. I think that we're going to see just too much pressure here. I think that Steve Garcia is high enough and smart enough into his gym and with his coaches enough that he knows that if he goes crazy on Calvin Kattar, he's going to get caught. He gets caught a lot, but he does usually come back, unless I think the one time I ever bet on Steve Garcia, he got knocked out by some no-name in the first round. And then I didn't take him the next 5 times. And he's on a 5-fight win streak. I definitely know that you didn't take Melky Costa against him.
No, did not.
But I think his forward pressure, heavy hands, and just like overall top control. I think he's going to wrestle this fight, and I think his top ground and pound is just aggressive, kind of nasty, and I think we honestly might see Calvin Kattar shell up for the first time in this fight in his early 40s almost, I think. So I like Steve Garcia here. I'm with Joe.
Listen, young gun, you can't overage people. He's 37 years old, all right? He's 37. He's not in his young 40s. Let me just read some names to you, okay? This is Steve Garcia's UFC career. Dana White Contender Series, Desmond Torres, knockout round 1. Cool. Lost to Luis Pena, not a great fight. Beat Charles Altaveras, my oldest daughter could. Got knocked out by Machete in a fight where he just got clipped. Good win over Chase Hooper. Body Chase Hooper. Made Chase Hooper a better fighter. Then he got wins over Shailin Norenbeki. Cool. He's got wins over Malaquizel Costa. Great win. Then Suwon Choi, Chinny, Kyle Nelson, Chinny, all in round 1. This guy does all his wins in UFC by knockout. I don't see him knocking out Calvin Kattar at all, right? I don't see him winning a decision. I see him running into something. Do you remember Calvin Kattar's elbow over Jamie Stevens? Fucking brutal, babe. Give me Kattar, man. And look at Kattar's last 4 losses, by the way. Everyone's he's on a four-loss streak. Josh Emmett, split decision loss where I thought he won. Arnold Allen, where he blew his knee out. Aljamain Sterling, where he got grapple fucked. And Yusuf Salal, who ran away from the whole time. Those are legit dudes that he's losing to. Listen, I'm pretty bullish on Kattar. Let me tell you this. We haven't got to the lock.
Emmett.
We haven't got to the locks yet. Right? But I'll tell you right now, I could lock up Calvin Kattar at plus money. He could be a mortal lock at plus money. That's how confident I am in this guy. I think Steve Garcia is a fraud. I think he's a phony. He's a fake. Not really. I think he's a talented fighter. But he's got a padded record, and he's running up against a guy who needs it more than ever, and he's fucking durable. All right, let's move on. Co-main event, Stephen Thompson, plus 320 versus Gabriel Bonfim, minus 410. Thompson, now this guy is in his early 40s. You can say that. He's 42 years old, coming off a loss over Joaquin Buckley in a fight that he was actually kind of winning, right? He was winning the fight, competitive, and he got caught, right? He got caught, and he admitted he has no bones about it. I think he kind of wants to go out in the White House. Looks like he's finally nearing retirement at 42, runs a very successful karate school. I think he knows now title's not going to ever happen again for him. So, but Bonfim, I think, is a little bit of an overrated guy. And you're giving me this huge number on Thompson. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Stephen Thompson at this number. There's not many people in the gym that are going to replicate Stephen Thompson. I think Bonfim's best bet is to take the fight to the ground and submit him. That's what Shavkat did, but not everyone's Shavkat. Stephen Thompson's takedown defense is actually pretty good. When he gets to the ground, that's where he gets trouble. I think Bonfim is going to be hunting for takedowns. When he doesn't get him, he's going to get a little tired. He's a front runner. I think Stephen Thompson's going to piece him up, do what he does, land his strikes, because Stephen Thompson, even though he's got that karate style, he stays bladed. He stays kind of far away. A lot of karate styles in the UFC, or in MMA, like Michael Venom Page, they're not super active, not super aggressive. Stephen Thompson is. He throws a lot of shots, and he connects a lot of shots. He's currently plus 330. I'm taking Wonder Boy here, but I like Wonder Boy. I'm feeling pretty confident in that bet too. And I will admit, usually I don't listen to other podcasts throughout the week. I've listened to some podcasts, and I don't see a ton of people that I respect in the industry picking Wonder Boy. They like the Bonfim side, but give me Wonder Boy Thompson. I love it. What do you say? A guy I respect in Mitch Zuck. What do you got, babe? You froze up. You got me, babe?
Well, I guess I'm just a lot of people in the industry because I got Gabriel Bonfim by submission. I just think that his patience after the Dalby fight looked completely different. I think the Angelosa. Hang on. We're lagging. I think I'm lagging a little bit.
You're lagging a little bit. I think I got you back live now. You're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're lagging a little bit. That Arizona internet's just not keeping up, man.
I think that the patience from the God. I think that Nicholas Dalby fight really changed the game around him. I think that he's going to be much more patient, and he was in that Angeloso win and the Chaos Williams win. He was much more patient in that first round. Still went for takedowns on Chaos and looked for those submission opportunities. I would love to take Stephen Thompson here. I I still think he's so quick. I think he looked good in that Joaquin Buckley fight. He had moments there, and then he got caught. I think that decision probably would have been very close, no matter where you're looking at it. I think that this is one of those fights where it's just like, Stephen Thompson get really well, but can he fight against Bonfim? Can he find him? Can he do his counters? He's not catching the first round. If it's anything, it's going to be a decision point fight. Can Bonfim make it dirty? I think he can. I'm going to go Gabriel by submission.
By submission.
Am I lagging really bad? I feel like
you're lagging. You're chunking good, bro. Trindaddy says that Cox internet, dude. Me too. Arizona heat out there just getting your internet. So you need this Midwest internet, baby. This beautiful ultra fiber. I got a router in every fucking room in the house. I had internet. John Anik hates internet problems. He hates anything. I had internet issues one time on the show. That very next maybe not that next day. We recorded on Monday. That Thursday, I upgraded my internet and got a router in every single fucking house. I was like, every room in the house. Like, I ain't fucking up again for Johnny Yannick. So if people didn't hear, Mitch was chunking pretty good there. I took Wonderboy Thompson. He took Gabriel Bonfim. Likes him by submission as well. It's not a terrible play, right? It's not terrible. You got to cut that number in half somehow at that minus 410 or minus 430 or 25, whatever he's at. But it's an interesting fight because Wonderboy's 42. And I feel like he's obviously a slow down a little bit. We'll see where that chin's at, but Bonfim's going to test his grappling here. Let's see if it holds up. Blood and Bear says, I feel like Bonfire, which is great. He means Bonfim, but let's just call him Bonfire, is going to get caught up in a kickboxing match and isn't outstriking Wonderboy. Great take, Blood Bear. Blood and Bear. Is that what? Blood and Bear? Yeah. Blood and Beer. Excuse me, not Bear. Blood and Beer. Cool name. He's going to get caught up and he's going to lose, and we're going to cash 300 on Mr. Wonderboy Thompson. All right, main event. Derrick Lewis plus 210 versus Talison Teixeira minus 280. I've been saying we're at a 111 right now. I've been saying a lot about these fights. I've been really long-winded. I like going live. I like being with the chat. But I don't have a lot to say for this main event. I think I get Derrick Lewis fights wrong all the time. I think everything points to Derrick Lewis winning. Has the better resume, been in the UFC longer, has been extended, can even land takedowns. Teixeira's fought really nobody to land any kind of takedowns or any kind of anything, right? And Derrick Lewis has been in there with the best. He's rolled over before. He's lost before. He's quit before. He's been hurt to the body before. But he's also got devastating knockouts. And he's a little more athletic than I think people give him credit for. I think his biggest issue sometimes is when guys take him down and lay on him. That's a big problem. But sometimes he also has problems with strikers. I mean, Tai2 of Austen knocked him out in the clinch with an elbow. He's been knocked out by Matt Mitrione years ago. He's been clipped for a guy that's so big and has this huge fucking dome on him and crazy power. He doesn't just have the best chin and durability in the world. We lost Mitch Zucker. We're going to keep rolling, though. So everybody and their mom is on Derrick Lewis as a dog, and I can understand why. I'm flipping the fucking script. I'm going Teixeira. Teixeira's record, he's got one real win in the UFC, right? Right, Contender Series win and then one win in the UFC. So he won the Contender Series against Arthur Lopez, which who cares? And then he knocked out Justin Tafa pretty early. We've only seen less than 2 minutes or about 2 minutes of this guy in the UFC. Derrick Lewis, he's not a cardio machine or whatever, but he does have 9 takedowns in his UFC career. He can mix things up, right? And he's always got that crazy power, and he's fought tall guys pretty well in the past. I can understand the love for Derrick Lewis at this crazy dog money. I get it, the experience. I sipped that Kool-Aid too. I loved it. I drank it. It tasted fucking great, but I can't get there, dude. I can't get there. I got to go Talison Teixeira at minus 280. It's a crazy, ugly number, but I'm playing him by KO as well. Which, let me see what KO is. I want to take him by KO round 1. I really do. I want to have the balls to pull it. I think Derrick Lewis is going to get maybe in some trouble in the clinch. I mean, Derrick Lewis is a big dude, but he's also tall. Talison Teixeira by KO is minus 185. That's right. So it's not the juiciest number. So maybe you want to, and Bloodbeer just fucking hit me with this stat right here. Louis Strino against dudes that are 6'5" and taller. Fuck. Well, there goes me. I'm still sticking with my guns. I'm going Teixeira. We have Mitch Zuck back. Hopefully he's not chunking anymore. Mitch, how you doing, bub? Arizona internet still getting you? Can you get me? Can you got me? Oh, I can't hear.
Can you guys
I
hear
can't
me?
hear
My bad,
you,
bro. I'm so sorry.
There you, no, you're good. You're good, bud. Listen, my buddy Jared Coleman says, try and say his nickname, Xiao. I don't know how to say it. Mitch, give me real quick. Give me your breakdown from the main event because we can kind of hear you, Derrick Lewis.
Yeah, D-Luke. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now, but I think that Derrick Lewis is gonna out kind of do him in the first round. The second round, it's gonna be all Derrick Lewis. I think that Teixeira gets caught by big shots. And how am I not gonna take D-Lou at plus 200 in the main event? I love D-Lou for the interruptions here, boys. But D-Lou by KO round 2.
There he goes. There's Mitch Zuck right there. I'm going to remove him from the broadcast just because he's chunking so bad. Not his fault. He is moving. He's getting a new place. Maybe get that internet popped up. What a great guy. I got to get his moral locks. I'm going to get his moral locks via text. That way I can share those with you. I'll make a graphic for this week. But before we leave the show, I got to reward some people. So I had 2 really good bets from the 3PC community. Let me full screen this bitch, right? I went into the MMA Takes Podcast companion and I said, give me your best bets. And the one that tickles me the most is going to win something. What that is, I don't know. I'm going to message the person because I got a lot of shit hanging around here. I have an idea what I was going to send them. I thought that'd been kind of cool or whatever, but I'm gonna leave it up to them. Do they want a shirt? They want an Annika shirt? Do they want a 3PC shirt that's coming? Whatever. It's up to them, right? But I'm gonna go. Listen, there's some great submissions or whatever. Trent had a great bet. There's a lot of great bets out there. My boy Jake from Cincinnati had a great bet as well. But I'm going to go Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence, this is on 3PC, fucking karate, right? I love Stephen Thompson at plus 300. He's now plus 330. So Johnny Lawrence loves him at Stephen Thompson at plus 200. I love Stephen Thompson too at plus 320, plus 330, excuse me. So Johnny Lawrence, I don't know if you follow me on social media. I don't know if you watch the show frequently or whatever it is. You're on 3PC. I'll message you on 3PC or I'll reply to the thread, but you have won. I love that bet. You're the only person that said Stephen Thompson in the chat. I've been on Stephen Thompson all week. I was ready to drop that fucking hammer on the Anakin Florian this week, but we were off. John and Kenny worked their fucking dicks off, so they're rightfully on a vacation. But I thought Kenny was going to take the Brazilian. I was going to go Stephen Thompson at plus 330. I love it. Johnny Lawrence, you are the winner. You won. If you're in the chat, hit me up. If not, if you see this, hit me on your socials. I'll get your address. I'll see what you want. But I do have to shout out my guy, Jake McElfresh from Cincinnati, Ohio. Send him home to me with Petrino or Teixeira. Petrino round 1 KOs plus 140, which I love. Teixeira minus 125, which is a big fan of method round bets that aren't plus money. So I like that. Shaving that nut. And again, he's on Teixeira, not Lewis like a lot of people are. And what's extremely tempting is taking Nate the Train by decision at plus 450. If you bring Nate the Train in there at plus 450, I love it. By decision, grinding on Charriere in Tennessee. The boy's going to be going crazy. If Nate doesn't get knocked out in round 1, he's winning that fight by decision. Chat, what we got here, bub? BP, hope I was wrong about the picture I sent UFC to the UFC. You're the one who sent me. Thank you, Matt Balsley. Listen, buddy. Thank you so much for doing that. That was unbelievable. I've been stressing about it. Now that you've given me a visual that I can see it, I'm not too worried about it. I couldn't walk in blind knowing I'm sitting next to an ape or whatever the fuck. Whoever I sit next to is fine. It's whatever. Wife and I can switch if there's a sausage or whatever. But thank you for doing that. That's really cool that you found that for me because I was looking online and I was zooming in. I couldn't really find the section or whatever. Matt, you're the best. Thank you so much, brother. Let's go, Johnny. Mitch Zuck says, sorry, boys. Not your fault, Mitch, but you did a fucking awesome job, brother. You are as sharp as they come. We are split on a lot of last fights. Trying to get a win here, boys. Trying to get a win. I'll end the show with this. I got to give you my locks. You know what? I'll wait for the locks because... No, I'll do the locks now. Mitch, we're going to break some rules here, Bugs. You usually we bounce around locks. I'm going to go opposite you because you're not taking Wonderboy time, or you're not taking Calvin Kattar. Mortal lock, bitch. Calvin Kattar. Oh, plus money. Mortal lock. How about that for your Dunkin' Donuts? That's my Massachusetts accent. Not very good. Mortal lock, Calvin Kattar. I know that's not going to be Zuck's mortal lock because he's on fucking Steve Garcia. Dog lock Steven Wonderboy Thompson. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Dog lock. Am I sending him home? I mean, I could go Tafa. That's my green hammer. I don't want to double dip. Not double dipping. Send him home. Is it easy to go Mike Davis? Is it easy? I can't do Teixeira because he's my let's go Petrino. Petrino, send him home. Fuck it. Why not? That's easy money. That's probably minus money, but that's easy money. That is easy money. So dog lock, Steve Wonderboy Thompson. Mortal lock, Calvin Caden. Send him home. Vitor Petrino. And the guess was he had fight IQ of Vaughn. This guy's a very smart guy. He does analytics instead of a big fat Midwest gut that I picked. This guy uses his brain. It was Mitch Zuck. He has some internet issues. He was here up until the co-main event, main event, and then it crapped out. Go back and rewatch the whole show with Mitch. He's a fucking sharp. So Mitch is sending him home as Curtis. Wait, hold on. You're sending him home has to be a finish, Mitchell Zucker. Curtis by decision. He's not sending him home, right? He's taking the train home. Mortal. Kennedy is his mortal. We'll go Kennedy mortal. That works. Because we're split on that. Oh, wait, I got it. Fuck. Mortal lock. Okay. This is Slop Fest. Cater Wonderboy Lewis parlay. Fire. I'm so with you, Nazim, but I'm not on Lewis. But I'm with you. That's a gorgeous parlay. So why Zuck's working that out. Dog lock Thompson. Mortal lock Cater. Send him home Petrino. Green Hammer. Tafa by knockout. Not round 1 or 2. Just by knockout minus 120. Now the slime ball parlay, which apparently I put behind a paywall. Fuck you, dude. Man, fuck you, man. I will be giving an exclusive 3PC parlay coming Friday night, Saturday morning. And I'll be live posting in 3PC the entire card on Saturday. Let's have fun. Let's get weird. But slime ball parlay. Slime forever. Junior Tafa. I can't believe I'm putting Junior Tafa in a slime ball parlay, but it's 2025. He's fighting an absolute fraud. Let's go. Junior Tafa, Calvin Cated, and Teixeira by KO. That yields for the slime ball parlay plus 395. Not the best. I've been given 8s and 9s. We're at a 3, almost a 4. Maybe some lines will drop. If you want to place it, you want to wait and place it. But one more time. Tafa, Cater, Teixeira by KO, slime ball parlay plus 395. Every single person in the chat, I love you. I love you. I love you. Sorry that Mitch Zuck, who's a fantastic, amazing guest, internet crapped out. That's going to happen. Not a big deal. You guys are the absolute best. Go to 3punchcombo.com. I'm going to run that banner on the bottom here, 3punchcover.com right now to get a free premium membership for a year. Use code OG free year. Now that code is good till Saturday. After Saturday, to hang out with the boys, to hang out with the community, to hang out with the real ones, you gotta pay for it. But there's a reason you're paying for it. So go to 3punchcombo.com right now. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast on that, boys. I'm recruiting some other guys. Kenny's getting the fighters. He's the liaison. And I'm recruiting some guys I really like on the internet, I really like on Twitter that I think can add value to the place. No trolls, just a real community with some real MMA fans. There was a guy today wanting to do a giveaway with fucking trading cards, which I think is fucking awesome. I'm giving Johnny Lawrence something today. Merch is coming. Things are coming. We're in version 1, guys. We're in version 1. It's going to be amazing. We have the right people behind the scenes. I've been talking about it so much, but I'm so fucking excited about it. I'm glued to it. I love it. I love the chat as well. You guys are unfucking believable. Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my guest, Mitch Zuck. We're back next week. Next week, it's official. I got Timbo and Christian back. First time all year, I think, maybe. I can't remember. But we got them back. The boys are back in town next week for UFC 318. Let's fucking go. Chat, amazing. You guys killed it. I'll see you.